Welcome to this Endorian Life, a nostalgic Star Wars podcast from the Radio Meanwhile Network. My name is Steve Rudd.
I'm Nick Gunning, and we have donned our red robes for another Life Day spectacular.
Ah, yes. Today we are discussing Young Jedi Adventures Season 2, Episode 9A, The Missing Life Day Feast. This episode aired on Disney Plus August 14th, 2024. I was actually stunned about that because I thought it was a little bit older than that, and it is a baby. It is a wee
we were
baby.
we were old men.
we were large old men.
Past our prime. Yeah, that's right. Well, the Young Jedi Adventures, of course, is based on the High Republic era of Star Wars, which went over like a lead balloon. I don't think it was all
Only
that
in the
well
Acolyte.
received. Yeah.
Oh no, wait, no, that's not true. The comic books and the books I heard were horrible. Yeah.
I tried. The High Republic era kicked off in 2021 with the novel Light of the Jedi by Charles Soule. I've read other things by Charles Soule, liked them. Not a fan of this, and I've read, I think 4 since 2014. I've tried 4 different times to read a High Republic book. I can't do it, and it's not the era necessarily, but they are so enmeshed with each other. It's like you can't read one without it having tendrils into like 5 other books, and it really, I don't know. This is where like continuity and cohesion becomes the enemy instead of telling a rich story.
Yep.
You know, because it wraps you up so much.
That's crazy too. Isn't the High Republic era like 1,000 years? Like, why do they need to intertwine it so much? Can't you just
honestly, when it comes to like the High Republic and everything, I am very glad to have the Young Jedi Adventures because I think that it really does succeed in being an approachable, shiny, like very clearly Star Wars property that works for younger fans, and every time we've watched it, I've really enjoyed it. So I'm a fan of this show, and I like that they're doing things like pulling in Life Day and other little corners of the Star Wars
for a second
universe.
time too. I like it. I appreciate that.
I know we came right back to it. So yes, okay. So let me tell you a little bit about this episode. So we mentioned how it ties in with the High Republic, and then we fell down a giant well talking about that. This episode was paired with The Lost Treasure of Tinu. It was written by Brian Hall, directed by Shelley Kivilang. We have our returning cast that we discussed last year. Juliette Donenfeld as Lise Soleil, D. Bradley Baker as Nubs, Jeb Goodstein as Daynal, Gray Delisle as Selleck Aurillac, and we have Shelby Young as Tota Jah. She had previously voiced Nisa and Leia in Star Wars Forces of Destiny, so we've certainly heard her before. Now, before we get to our Star Wars or our holiday link, I have to tell you that earlier this year, I saw Jefferson Starship in concert, and David Freeberg, who is an OG member of that band, he was in the holiday special in that whole Jefferson Starship sequence. Yep. He was still part of the band when I saw it. So sitting there, I'm probably the only one in the audience being like, I saw him in the Star Wars holiday special. They did not sing the song that they sang in the Life Day special, which was, I was really fingers crossed hoping they would, but they didn't. But so I have now seen live in person a cast member of the Star Wars holiday special, and I felt this was the time to share this.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Why did you keep that hidden for so long? Was it shame?
No, it felt like it was a Life Day miracle and something that I needed to share with you on this most holy of days. So now our Star Wars link. Jacoby Swain voices the role of Kai Brightstar in Young Jedi Adventures. He has tons of other voice roles in shows like Firebuds and Super Kitties, but since this is a holiday episode, I want to tell you that in 2018, in live action, he played the character of Charlie in the Lifetime movie Hometown Christmas, where they try to get together their live nativity scene.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That must have been weird for him, like, being a voice actor, like, actually playing in a movie.
It's like, oh, I have to move my body and change my facial expressions. Okay.
They're like, have you ever been in a movie before? Yeah, several. And then he, like, doesn't know how to do anything.
Right.
I thought you said you've been in several movies.
Yeah. He's got quite an IMDb page
He
on him
does.
for a young
He
fella.
does. He's got a good
So
voice. He's one of my
he does.
more
It's a
favorite
strong
characters in
cast.
the.
That's what I mean. I feel
Yeah.
like it's just a really good production overall.
Hmm.
So I can't really complain about it. But tell me
Yeah.
about it. Tell me about this Life Day.
All right, let's go down the uber detailed plot of Young Jedi Adventures Season 2, Episode 9A, The Missing Life Day Feast. The title is just about as long as the episode.
It's
We
true.
open to Aunt Selak and her nephew Danal entering the atmosphere of Kashyyyk, the Wookiee homeworld, in their ship, their pirate ship, that is.
Dun dun dun.
Aunt Selak's plan is to ruin Life Day by cutting down the Life Day tree and taking what she wants, while also teaching her nephew how to be tough. It's pretty clear Danal is not really into the plan, but is complicit. They've tracked a Wookiee shuttle carrying food and supplies for Life Day, and they shoot it down. Meanwhile, back at the Wookiee village, Liz, Kai, and Nubs are talking about how excited they are to be a part of Life Day again when they get word that their Wookiee friend Joe has lost her brother Rudy's shuttle signal. Something could be wrong. The gang wastes no time investigating. They catch Danal red-handed stealing Life Day supplies from the wreckage. He escapes on his speeder, and the young Jedis pursue. Losing his cargo en route, Danal destroys even more by accident when he arrives at his aunt's ship. The young Jedi see that the pirates have captured Joe and demand his release. They fiercely battle the pirates but eventually yield when surrounded, and both Wookiees are now captured. Danal had a chance to grab Joe, but he is hesitant. The pirates leave the prisoners with Danal as they head off to cut down the Life Day tree. Instead of keeping watch, Danal releases them, knowing they care for each other and thinks that's worth celebrating, no matter what his aunt says. Danal thinks of a quick plan. He and Rudy blast off while the young Jedis head to the Life Day Grove. Kai makes for the saw using to cut the tree down. Kai makes for the
Mm-hmm.
saw while the rest take on the Gangals. Kai nearly manages to stop the saw, but is disarmed by Aunt Selak. And I mean that not in a Jedi way of losing his arms. I just
Right.
realized that now he's not disarmed.
You have both Jedi's and Wookiee known for taking arms off, so you got to be clear.
That's so true. Yeah. Nobody loses an arm,
No, everybody has
but
their
he
arms.
loses his lightsaber. Let's just say
They're
that. Okay, he
unarmed
is
with
unarmed. Yeah,
arms.
yeah.
Yes.
All seems lost until Danal and Rudy arrive with Wookiee reinforcements. Danal gives his aunt a chance to do the right thing, but she refuses and is quickly defeated. I wrote Ewoks.
You did. I
I
saw
wrote
that.
Ewoks.
Look at that. Freudian slip.
Defeated by the Wookiees.
The Wookiees.
Kai
Yes.
stops the saw, and the Life Day tree still lives despite a giant scar. The
Yes.
Wookiees give Denal the chance to celebrate Life Day with them as they are grateful for what he has done to save it. Roll credits.
Yes. You know, that tree surviving with the scar reminded me of that other Life Day special we did. Maybe it was in the Crew Lock. I can't remember. In
Mhm.
some Life Day story that we read, remember maybe it was last year. Yeah, it was last year. Remember the orb breaks
Or
and it's still
breaks,
like,
yeah.
well, it's okay. It's broken, but it's okay. And that was kind of a similar theme here with the tree.
Yeah,
So,
that was like, it's
you know,
okay. That's just been passed down by 60
yeah,
generations. Like, it's
yeah,
like, so,
yeah. Well, I mean,
whoa,
this tree
okay.
is clearly like 1,000 years old. So,
I know. It's funny though too that like when that scene happened, it kind of like focused on the cut, and I thought, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen. Like, is that gonna
yeah,
be
nothing.
a big deal? And then it just did nothing, and I was like,
Yeah,
oof, maybe
no.
in the director's cut.
Yeah, they didn't even repair it. Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
felt
I
the
know.
same thing. Like, there's a point where when Dinal like joins the Jedi and stuff, his aunt is like clearly trying to murder him. Like, she comes at him with the
Yeah,
staff, and the Wookiee jumps in the way and stops him. And what happens? I don't know. I guess
I,
does he live with the Wookiees forever? Does he leave with the Jedi? Do him and his aunt make up? We don't
yeah,
know. It's
I don't
unclear.
know.
So there are a
Well,
couple things
obviously
like
they
that were
know
like left unsaid, but
her, so she must be a
yeah,
returning
she is
character
recurring. Yes, she
or
is.
recurring.
But
Yeah.
I couldn't find Daynal showing up again.
Oh, okay. So maybe
Maybe
he
he
just
does. I haven't seen all of the second season, but I
has a
don't.
hut on Kashyyyk.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, maybe a little dinosaur kid just living his best
I
life.
know he is like a little dinosaur
So
kid. It's so strange. Oh, man.
When we first see the Wookiee that they're chasing, the one they shoot down, the brother, I
Mhm.
really like the look of the ship. We've seen Wookiee ships just a few times, and it just
Yeah.
had a
Oh, I
very
didn't even think about
cool.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really neat. I like the style of it. It
Yeah.
had sort of a wing thing, but it I don't know. It was a good blend of like looking primitive and also like looking like a spacecraft.
Does look like
So
a shuttle.
I
Like
thought that was pretty cool. Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
not a car. It doesn't look like it's something meant for cargo.
No, and it has like
As it's not
wings. I don't know.
yeah, it's not
Just
very
kind of
big.
cool.
It seems
Yeah,
small, but shuttle, when they were like, "Oh, shuttle," I was like, "Oh, yeah. That looks like a
yeah,
shuttle." Like, that looks
yeah.
like a space age shuttle, you know?
Hmm,
So,
hmm.
oh,
To
that's
your
it. I didn't even
point,
think of
I
that.
thought it was cool that we did a second Life Day episode, you know,
Yeah.
and not only that, but they reference it. They're like, "Oh, remember the feast last year?" And
Yeah.
like it's a thing. They come to Kashyyyk for Life Day now. I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's a special thing. And
Yeah.
speaking of the ships, their speeders looked really cool too.
Yes,
Yeah,
both the speeders and the speeder chase made me think of Endor. I thought it
yes,
was
they
very
did. Yeah, but
reminiscent.
I did think it was much more wide open than
Oh yeah,
Endor was. My Endor
definitely.
was like
Yeah,
so closed in, the trees are smaller. It
yeah,
almost seems more deadly.
yeah,
I thought that scene too was interesting because it almost felt like they really focused on like the destruction of the goods
yeah.
for Life Day because I mean that's what Joe was doing. He was bringing the feast, like the supplies and food and
Right.
stuff for Life Day, and we see a
Yeah.
bunch of it. We see a whole sled that Denal is pulling get ruined behind him, and then Nubs is, instead of using his lightsaber, just catches
Hmm.
one with his mouth, which I thought was funny. But that was like
Yeah.
that almost the destruction of that sled. It was almost spotlit by that scene with
Right.
the Jedi, the younglings, like using their lightsabers to protect themselves, and then he crashes into more and destroys even more. And I thought, I wonder if that's going to come back. You get in that like, ooh, I wonder if that's going to come
Yeah.
back later in the episode. And I did that like 4 times, and none of it came back.
Yeah.
Absolutely none of it came
Yeah.
back, which I
Well,
thought
I
was
think in
funny.
some ways, yeah, it is funny. I mean, they're sort of telling a somewhat sophisticated story with a lot of like characters and relationships and things, and
Hmm.
they're packing that into 12 minutes, which
And
I don't
it's
know.
for
I guess
kids. You got to think of
yeah,
that
it's for
too. Like
kids.
I
Yeah.
thought it was over dramatized at the very beginning, and I had to remember like
Yeah. Yeah.
this is for like the 4 to 8 year old.
Yeah.
Not 40 to
Yeah.
48. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
and so
But
I was just
even
like, oh,
so,
okay,
I
that makes
mean,
more sense. Yeah.
yeah. I just really like the looks and the designs. I liked the Wookiee characters,
Yeah.
I like the gang of pirates. There's a lot of variety in that gang and how they
Mm-hmm.
fought and everything. There's some really cool, like, I don't know, like camera angles for lack of a better word. I mean, there was
Yep.
just like some cool just I don't know. I think it's a lot of fun and it
Yeah.
feels, they pull the lightsabers, we get a little bit of the music. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's good. I like it.
It's
I like
good.
it overall.
It's this like I don't know. There's despite all those things, like I really can't pick it apart too
Right.
much. There wasn't anything that happened where you're like, ugh, this
Yeah.
can't happen in a story because they did
Right.
this, or like it was just a very simple story. Well, there was one
Yeah.
thing that I was like, that seemed a little weird,
I
but
was gonna
like,
say, yeah.
which is my Okavark, but like the
Oh,
rest
okay.
of it, I just thought like, well, I thought that was really good. Like, oh, I don't
Yeah.
know,
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, I could make a little list of things that I'm like, well, why and how come and what happens next,
yeah.
but ultimately it doesn't really matter because, it's a fun little thing. But all right, let's get into it. What is your
Yeah.
Oak of Arc?
Okay. All right. So I thought it was a little strange, and I guess only because I know that the shuttle was shot down by the pirates, that when they kind of caught Denal red-handed, like taking stuff from the
Yeah.
shuttle, and then they went after him, and they're kind of like, we got to go get him. He must know something. And I was like, did I not realize that like the what he's pulling is like the stuff from that ship? Like, shouldn't they
Right.
be more
Right.
like, where is he going with that? Like,
Yeah.
you know. And so then like they do the chase, and then Denal crashes, and they kind of walk up to him, and they're like, "Are you okay? We didn't want anything to happen to you." And I'm like, Do they still not? These are Jedi. Like,
Yeah,
do they
right.
not sense
Yeah.
the like
They're
the
not
piratey
they're not
going on?
picking it up.
Like,
No. Yeah, I
like
guess
this is
not.
like a
I guess
thief
not.
stealing somebody else's house, like all dressed
Yeah.
in black with a black mask on, and they're like, "Oh, we saw you were about to fall. Are you okay? All right, cool. Yep, go
Yeah.
ahead and go back to what you're doing." And it's just like, come on, man. That to me was such an awkward scene, and it was
Yeah.
just like this little innocent moment. But I was just like, I mean, I feel like they chased him down. Like if he was like legit and nice and stuff, he probably would have been like, "Oh,
Right.
hey guys, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Joe crashed, and so like I'm just helping
Right.
him bring the stuff to your village."
Yeah.
Then they would have been like, "Oh, okay," but instead he ran, so
Yeah.
it's just like, okay, this can't be good,
Put 2 and
It's
2
just
together,
like,
guys. Yeah.
yeah,
It was kind of
that to
funny
me
the
was
last
awkward.
time they had, like, a teacher with them, and this year it's just, like, the 3 of them rolling in a Kashyyyk,
Oh
like, by
yeah,
themselves. Some of the things I was like, "Okay, they're doing this because it's a kid show." And so
mm,
my Oak of Arc is the setup is not, "Okay, it's Life Day, so all the Wookiees are gonna be in one place so we can go and, like, ransack the village," or something like that. Like,
hmm
that's a plot we saw in Ewoks a time or 2.
yeah,
The plot is just that these pirates are gonna go to Kashyyyk and ruin Life Day.
yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense, you know what I mean? Like, that's just such a silly thing to do, and I just think it would have made a lot more sense. Like, so your plan is to go when all of the Wookiees are together in one place, and like the 5 of
Really
you are
bad
gonna
idea.
go
Yeah.
and take on like this entire planet of Wookiees? That doesn't seem smart. So I was like, well, they're giving him sort of a kid friendly, we're gonna ruin Life Day kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which, okay, but they don't seem to shy away from the aunt straight up trying to murder her nephew. So I'm not sure what the line is, I
They
guess is
want to
what I'm saying.
steal
Where's
one
the
meal
line?
of food and cut a
Right.
tree down.
Yeah.
And she's also willing to murder her nephew, yes.
Right. Yeah. So the stakes are all very confusing to
You know what
me.
it feels like? It's like, well, I saw an ad for the third Avatar movie, and I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
really? They're still landing ships? What? Like,
Yeah.
are we not just going to nuke it from orbit this time? Like,
Right.
Avatar
Yeah.
3 fires the missiles. Boom. All right, now let's
Yep.
land and dig for our stuff. Like,
Now we can
that's
do
it.
it. Yeah.
It's a 20-minute movie, literally. It's like,
Yep.
so, like, yeah,
Yep.
like this is the same premise. It's like, which this, yeah, it's kind of, I guess you're right. That is kind of weak, but I just was never like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. I mean, you just accept it because of what
I
it's
did
for,
think it
but
was a little weird where they were like, we're going to execute our plan. We've followed this shuttle. And I'm like, where did they follow? It's just a shuttle. Like, so did it like
yeah.
come up? Like, did they
Yeah.
come down in orbit and we're like,
They've just
this
been
is it?
circling.
They've
Just
been
been
circling the
circling,
planet. Yeah, like
waiting
waiting
until
for
they
it.
saw the
I
shuttle.
know. They've just been circling the
Yeah.
block for the one delivery to come in. That's what, yeah.
Right.
So,
Like, where is
yeah,
that
that was
guy?
what. All right. Maybe there are some plot holes.
Yeah, there's a few. There's a few. But
Yeah,
again, it
but
doesn't
again,
it's
that
not in a
didn't
way that
it didn't
yeah, it
yeah,
doesn't
it
get in your
wasn't
way.
like plot altering where you're like, "Whoa, that doesn't, that doesn't work." What about your
Right.
Ichiwawa moment? What was the good?
There's lots of things that I liked, but I really appreciated like how hard they went into Life Day in the end. Like when they all
Yeah.
sort of gather in the grove and you see all the orbs and everybody's in the robe and it just feels very like that was I felt like about the only time that it really felt like we were watching kind of a holiday episode. There's a lot of talk about
Yeah.
family and caring and togetherness and stuff, and I thought they brought it home well with the Life Day ceremony in the end. And that imagery, like for better or worse, has become sort of iconic. The Wookiees and the
It
red
totally
choir
has.
robes and everything.
Yeah.
So I just like seeing it. I like the variety and all the different Wookiees. And I just thought, from a production standpoint, the design is really cool. And that managed to have that sort of warmth that you expect from like family and holiday.
Yeah.
So
And
I
they
like
do
that
well
quite
with
a
the
bit.
coloring too, right? I mean, we talked about
They
that
do. Yeah,
before
we
that it
talked.
like
Yeah, we
this
did.
look. I think we said that when we did the first or when we did
Yeah.
one of these episodes and we were like, "Man, it just looks good.
Yeah.
It's so
It looks
vibrant."
good. It's
But
rich.
it's not
Yep.
like, oof, it's not like in your face. The colors just makes, every little thing that happens just kind of makes
Yeah.
every like thing they hold in their hand or something they interact with is not like, well, that's neon blue, well, that's neon
Yeah.
orange, and that's neon red. No,
Right.
everything is very vibrant and bright, but there are things that are not. Like I started watching like the
Yeah.
next episode, and there is something that's old and dusty, and it really looked old and dusty compared to
Yeah.
everything around it. I thought, wow, look, they did
Well,
really good on that. It's
there's
like
a
a cartoon,
there's a
you
richness
know?
to it that like Spidey and His Amazing Friends and some of those other contemporary
Yeah.
sort of older preschool kind of shows, you know, for kids that are like 7 or 8, they
Mhm.
don't have that. I mean, they are
They
much
don't have
more
it. Well,
like
it's too plain,
royal blue,
you
bright
know?
red. Yeah, right.
This,
Yeah, it's
there's
kind of an empty
texture to
world,
it.
but
There's
yeah,
like even the Wookiees are very they
yeah,
look really good, but you see the texture in their fur, even though there are individual like stylized tufts that come out. They're still
yep,
you can see like the hairs,
yeah,
and so that's a good
absolutely.
comparison, like the Spidey stuff, where it's like that is also very bright, but it's also very there's no texture.
No,
There's no
no,
texture in anything,
mm-mm. Like a blade
and
of
so.
grass, it's not gonna
Y-
happen.
Yeah,
So
that's what it feels like. There's
yeah,
like no blades of
yeah,
grass. This felt a
no,
little bit better, and I like the look of it. I think they did a really really good job of
I
that.
do too.
For me,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Were you not done?
No, I was just gonna ask you, and you got
Oh,
to it. What about you? What's your
oh,
Chihuahua moment?
mine. Oh, yes. Mine was the great cinematography and music. I thought there's the one
Yeah,
scene when like the fight is about to happen.
I know what you
The
mean.
and they do like the Matrix
Yeah, they
like
sort of pull
around the
back and
whole
spin
thing,
around the
and
action. Yeah,
I was like, whoa! And I had to rewind it and watch that again, and I was like, that was really cool for a 12
yeah,
minute
I
children's
know.
episode.
It
Like
fits.
I
It's
had to
not
sit there and go
corny.
like,
Like it has a good
yeah,
view.
like wow, that was really cool. And the music
Yeah.
really like felt it you know what it almost felt like? It felt like a Star Wars game. Like I was playing like
Hmm.
the old Battlefront or something. It just
Yeah.
had that like the trumpets just they did it just was good.
Hmm.
And the
Yeah.
music reacted well to the context of the scene. And that's sometimes hard. Like a lot of Star Wars music has just become music that attempts to elicit a an emotion rather than be a thematic, right? Like just what John
Yeah.
Williams score is so good because those themes are intertwined throughout the movie. You recognize them and you
Hmm.
hear it. You
Yep.
know what's going on and stuff, and they're good standalone songs as well. But like as I feel like as he continued to write, even writing it to the sequels, they become a little bit more. He phones it in a little bit more using original themes, but just this kind of writing music to kind of just
Yeah.
oh, this is a tender scene, tender music, but it's not like a tender song, like he used to do. But I mean, I think that's just also there. When you write that
Age
much
is coming
music,
for all of
you
us.
just you got
Yeah.
to end it at some point. Like he did so
Hmm.
well with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 that it was just like
Yeah.
he kind of used it up. Like it was done.
I
It
mean,
was
the
done at
man
that point.
keeps trying to retire, and Steven Spielberg or whoever keeps pulling him out of retirement, so I can't really blame him.
Oh man,
How many yub nubs do you give this one?
man, I give this like a 4.25. No,
Okay.
I don't know, maybe a 4.5 because it was just good. Like I enjoy
Yeah.
this. I think a 4.5. I think that's appropriate.
I'm
It's
gonna
like one of
say
those things like
4.
4. I just think like
Yeah.
I think I would like it a lot if I did watch a bunch of the episodes. And I still every time I sit down to watch one of these, I don't really have a lot of time, so I just like watch it,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
I
okay, I got
know.
to go back and like write the synopsis for it, and it's like I am so tempted to just like burn through like 7 episodes, and
Yeah.
I've never had time to do it, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
bet you I'd really like this show if I did that.
I bet you would.
So
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm going with 4, mostly just because, like, I want, like, when we finally get to that Life Day scene in the end, it feels like, oh, yes, holiday. And I just always, like,
it
both
was
the
short.
episodes, last year and this, it was short, and I also wish that there was more of that, like, warmth throughout. Like, it doesn't really feel like it's a whole Life Day thing. It's like
Mm-mm.
stuff is happening, and then we end with a Life Day ending. And I would kind of
Yeah,
like if that started in the beginning and carried through. And it felt like it could have been anything, you know. And then when we get to the Life Day
yeah.
section, it's very cool, and I
If
like
they
it a lot. But
bookended it,
like, it's not.
right?
Yeah,
That would have been
right, true.
interesting too if they bookended it
Yeah,
with, the beginning is like the Life Day, start of the Life Day celebration, and then, it's like, oh, good,
yeah,
we were able to finish it.
yeah.
So,
So yeah, that's my only real criticism. But I remain a fan of this show, and I've watched a few more episodes than what we've covered, and maybe this will be the year that I just sit down and watch it all. You can stream the second season for free on Disney Now, the DisneyNow.com. You can just go and watch it. So maybe I'll do that. But next, and this time Jesse was supposed to be with us to talk about Life Day.
This time,
we got an 11th hour text that he wasn't feeling well, and so we have to respect that. I have no reason to think he was lying.
I mean, I've done that to you guys before. I mean, I've done that
true.
when we even had a guest. So
That's true.
Yeah, I'll let him slide. I'll let him slide because you guys.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I will too. And
me.
maybe he can slide in on a hoverboard next time, because we are heading back in time with Dickens of a Christmas from Back to the Future, the animated series.
Man,
I feel like this is another show we've been talking about for a while. So
I really hope I'm not let down by this, because I've purposefully not looked at anything ahead, because I hope to be pleasantly surprised by how good this episode is.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to say anything then.
I know, but it has a lot going against it, because when you were like, the Back to the Future cartoon show, and I was like, I didn't even know that existed. Probably means that it's not great.
Yeah.
I knew the Ghostbusters show existed, but I didn't know it was Back to the Future. So
we'll get into it. We'll get into it all. Yeah. But for now, I wish you a happy Life Day.
Yes. Happy Life Day to you. This Endorian Life is brought to you by the Radio Meanwhile Network. Be sure to check out some of the other shows on the network, including 902 and Here We Go, and previously on X-Men. Please rate, subscribe, and share these shows wherever you get your podcasts.